I'm wondering, will they go 7-1 in Dublin?
I think they will. I think what we've seen today is a blueprint of how they think that they can beat the Irish team. You know, the power that we saw on show from the French was incredible, and that's how they created space on the outside. Those 2-3 passes for each phase of play, and the speed that they have out wide is a big area of concern, I think, for Ireland.
Will Ireland respond with 6-2?
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see, you know, how Ntamack comes back into the team for France, and then with Ireland, I think you have to go 6-2 to try and match that power. And I think we saw the impact Joe McCarthy had. He's the kind of player that I think Ireland have to start against this French pack, and ideally someone like Tadhg Furlong coming back in, I think is really important if Ireland are to beat France.
I guess Crowley's versatility allows for a 6-2 on the Irish bench.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons they've been allowing Jack to come in and play fullback, give him some experience there. So if he's on the bench with, let's say, Conor Murray, Jack can obviously play 10. I think he can play in the three-quarter line centres. He has played 12 for Munster, and he can cover at fullback. So that allows you with a 6-2. I think from memory, Ireland did play 6-2 against France in the past in certain games. So, you know, I think that, but I don't think that's the key. I think it's the way France will approach the Irish. When they lost here just 2 years ago, they just stood like two boxes and tried to slug it out, and Ireland outslugged them because they're going side to side to side to side to side, and the French ran out of steam. I mean, it was a cracking game of footy. It was one of the best games we've seen here in many, many years. One of the best I've ever seen in my lifetime. But I think the French have learned from that, and that's a rehearsal. We are going to take Ireland on Route 1. Yeah. They're also coming down Route 1 at Prendergast. And once we go Route 1, it's like jab, 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 and then we'll throw the right by going wide. So that was like a little opposed team run to get ready for Dublin.
It's funny, we don't have time to go through it all now in detail, but that game 2 years ago, by all accounts, Galtier was furious. They played in the way he didn't want them to play. They just couldn't help but get sucked into it.
They liked they had a plan to box, and they just came in and stood toe-to-toe and slugged it. Yeah. I mean, it was the beneficiaries were all of us because it was just such a great game to watch. But it wasn't a great game plan from France.
No.